Finally it goes live. So yeah, there'll be a bit of a delay here.
There'll be a bit of a delay here.
Yeah, there'll be a delay because I'm using YouTube, as you can see. Um, no, a couple of people don't get the notifications on Facebook. Don't know why, but yeah. Just gonna send the video link to a couple of people on. I'm not doing a live stream, as in like inviting people on. That's mainly one reason I thought I'd do the stream, because I am now gonna knock StreamYard on the head for a few months. I think it's just been paid this month, so I've got this month. I'm actually going to cancel the account after this month for 2 or 3 months, because I can't very well afford like £20 a month at the moment. So there won't be too many live streams via StreamYard, such as like the old DVR webcams or the Wi-Fi cameras streaming. DVR's practically knackered anyway. The only way I could probably stream anything, camera-wise, is through the Wi-Fi ones. I've not even really checked them for a good month, to be honest with you. I've not taken the memory cards out and changed the memory cards and downloaded the file. I just haven't been bothered. Yeah, so I won't be doing too many streams, as you well aware. I've not been doing anyway. And it'll be like that for the next month or two. I've not been out because it's too freaking cold here. We've not had too much rain, but it is freaking cold. I've been putting my little blow heat on several times a day because my poor little tootsies are getting freezing cold. And plus, I'm not streaming because no one's around to watch the stream anyway. I'm not going to keep on about it, but because of what went down, my channel has gone down very, very, very rapidly over the last few years, and it's going to take a hell of a long time trying to get it back up to the way it used to be in 2014, 15, 16, 17. From 2019 or 2018, mid 2018 up to today, it's just gone downhill, kind of thing, I still want the love and passion of doing the paranormal, but I just don't think it's fair or even right to even start doing it again at the moment until I feel comfortable in doing it. What I've been doing in my spare time is just doing some gaming and uploading gaming videos, and that's it. That's when this computer let me play and video the game at the same time, because when I'm playing games, it kind of lags the game out when I'm trying to record it. Someone did mention use StreamYard to, just record, the game. You don't have to go live, because that will take your resources, but just recording it should be okay. But I use Bandicam. Sometimes Bandicam doesn't lag the game out, sometimes it does. And depending on how long the computer's been on. I've been trying to keep the computer on running overnight for the last couple of nights, and it's been okay. It hasn't shut down on anything. The power settings have all been sorted out. So, I could probably, if I wanted to, live stream the Wi-Fi cameras, but I'm not ready to do that right now. I need to check them out, make sure they're working, because I've not touched them for, let's say, over a month. They've just been sitting there. And any recording that's been recorded, I don't even bother reviewing them. Hello, Angela. So, yeah, like, it could have caught stuff on there which I don't even know about. So I've not reviewed the video. I've not taken the memory cards out and downloaded them to review them. And it's just too many hours to, like, sit and review. So when I feel comfortable and want to start doing live streams with the DVR camera, well, not the DVR. When I feel comfortable and I feel like I want to stream the Wi-Fi cameras, then I will do it when I'm good and ready. But I will have to make sure they're working properly. I'm going to have to format the memory cards, and I'll do like a little test run overnight while I'm sleeping, and if it records on a stream, then great. If it doesn't, then I'm going to have to think of something else. Probably, was it now? January, February, March or April time. I will probably go out a bit more, because we're probably getting a bit more sunny weather, dry weather, hot weather, and then I can go out and just do some like nature walks, and might do some magnet fishing, do some videos and put them on my magnet fishing channel. Might go and visit some cemeteries and put the videos up on here. But it don't mean I'll be doing any like, kind of like ghost hunting stuff at the cemeteries. Depends on, where I go and how I feel. Bushcraft won't be for a while. That won't be until like June, probably. Because it still gets dark around about 4:35 o'clock. No, I was thinking about going up there because I do need to retrieve the memory card from the wildlife cam. So I will probably go up there maybe towards the end of the week or next week and say hello to the old Ron, the old guy who owns the property, the landowner. Go say hello to him and just catch up on what's going on. It's kind of getting a bit, going a bit more in it, really. The old beard, showing it's all kind of fucking whitish grey. I'm waiting for the hair to go grey and white next. You can see like around the sides, it's getting a bit grey, but I'll probably have that cut a bit. I'm not going to cut it myself. I might go to the barbers and get them to cut it down to like size 1.5. I don't really want it shaved all the way down the bottom because, look a bit weird with a beard and me bald on top, kind of thing. My dad used to sometimes do that, shave his head but keep the beard. It did make him look a bit weird, actually, but yeah, I look weird enough as it is, but hello, Mark. So yeah, so I won't be using StreamYard as much. I will be ending the account of StreamYard, not totally, just the paid membership. I'll be closing the membership down for 2 or 3 months, and if I do decide to come back on here and do some more, paranormal stuff, then I'll probably, get the old paid membership again and do, like the streams we used to do, with the old cameras set up. Say the DVR, no way, that ain't gonna work. And I'm not really gonna bother buying a new DVR system, to be honest with you. As long as I can get these Wi-Fi cameras working, 4 channels, 4 cameras is going to be better than nothing, I suppose. I was looking about maybe buying another computer later in the year as well, a better one than what we've got here. This, get a faster one, a bit more powerful one, so I can do, gaming and videoing and live streams. I wouldn't mind live streaming a few gaming sessions actually on my gaming channel, but I don't think the system would do it. So if I was going to do it, I'll probably have to be spending about £700, £800 for another fucking computer, which I can't afford at the moment. This one's already been paid for now. Don't owe any money on that. The debt's cleared on that, which is good. And thanks to the guy who helped me out. I appreciate, him helping me out and, trusting me in paying him back. I actually paid him back a bit quicker than, he expected, actually. So, yeah. Hello, Carl. Said hello, Mark. Yeah, said hello, Mark. Yeah. And Angela. Hello, Angela. And did I see... No, I'm seeing things. Now, I've got an Xbox One. I don't like PlayStations much. I've got a PlayStation 3, and I don't even play that. The thing is, I'll take it up to cash converters or CEX. I wouldn't get much for it. I offered an Xbox 360 with 120 gig hard drive and like 2 controllers. Cheeky Bug was only going to give me like 13 quid for it. I just walked out in disgust. Like I didn't take it with me. I probably would have fucking slapped him on the head with it. But, I'm going to be concentrating, sorting out this place as well towards the end of the month, next month. I've not been too well lately. I've been feeling a lot tired lately, as you know. So I've been going like bed kind of like reasonable times, around about 10, 11 o'clock sometimes. If I get a bit bored and I can't sleep, then I just sit and watch videos. I watched a couple of Russian videos actually, like World War II ones about tanks, tank battles, which was quite interesting actually. One of them was based on a true story. A Russian officer had a tank, but the tank wouldn't work. It always had problems. And this woman, who was like an engineer, was his this captain or commander's fucking wife, weren't it? And like, she was sat, a bit pissed off because she couldn't get the tank working. So the commanding officer told this other commander, the one, whose tank wasn't working, said that he had to go in as infantry, on foot and, fight the Germans. Well, apparently what happened was that the woman who was the engineer was confronted by another commanding officer and said, well, there's a tank, which has one little problem with it. It's like sitting in the forest. And he told her where it was, and she went over to fix it. And she was able to fix it. And it was a German tank and not a Russian tank. And she was able to get hold of her husband through, some kind of communication. And, the old tank crew. And they met up with her in the forest and got this German tank running. And then they went and shot about fucking like 12 other German tanks with one German tank, because like this German tank was like, really powered up, it had thick of metal. When they actually confronted other German tanks, the the bullets they were shooting was just like bouncing off sometimes, kind of thing. But it did eventually penetrate it, and like, they nearly all got killed. But lucky enough, the woman and her husband, who was a commander, and one of the other tank crews, all, kind of survived. So 3 out of 6, I think, survived, and it's based on a true story. So that was a good film. I watched that one today actually, but I watched a different Russian tank battle film yesterday. I've been watching some YouTube videos on the game I've been playing, Subsistence, and Miss Survival, and a few other game videos I've been watching. Just watched one, a DayZ video, the new DayZ standalone, which I don't really play anymore. I only played that a couple of times actually. Found a bit more harder than the actual DayZ Armored 2 mod, which I loved playing. I was actually thinking of getting that back up and running, get another server up, but I've never really got any people coming on my server, apart from the arseholes who caused me problems last year. And they get like screwing everything up for me. Even the coder, he screwed up a lot of things. So if I decided to download the program, and like the mods and things like that, I'll probably just go on a normal server and, a PvE one, player versus environment, not a PvP, player versus player. I don't like those ones much, because you go around getting all your loot and everything, yeah. Then you suddenly run into another player and they shoot the shit out of you and you lose everything again, I like the game I'm playing right now, Subsistence. You got single player and you got multiplayer, but I don't think on multiplayer you go around shooting everyone and killing everyone. You're working as a team. But I've not even played it as a multiplayer. No, I've been playing as a single player, and I do enjoy it playing it as a single player because you still got baddies to shoot. You've got rogues that goes around and make a little campfire, and they see you. They shoot the shit out of you. And if you go near a hunter camp, which hunters are the ones that actually build buildings, they see you, they come running after and shoot the shit out of you. And if you go and raid their base and, loot them, you're guaranteed to get them, coming back and a revenge attack either that night or the next day. So I prefer those kind of games. I was looking at a couple of other games, but this computer doesn't want to run them. That Scum looked interesting, but it wouldn't run the system. The system wouldn't run it. It was like a snail running across the screen, so slow. I thought, for fuck's sake, it ain't going to go in faster. And I just exited the game, deleted it. So, hello, Mr. Dennis. How are you? PS. I think that what they're going to be doing is they're doing some. Some of the old. I'm trying to think what the name is. There's a specific name I can't think of, but they're making the PS5 play some of the old games, which it wasn't previously meant to do. But I had a little article up on my phone saying that they're going to make some of the old games more playable on the PS5 now. I can't think of a word of it, but you know what I mean. Because originally you can play some of the old games on PS5, but now they actually are doing some. I think they said they're going to make that another 20 games playable on PS5, which you wouldn't be able to play previously. So that's all I've been really doing. It's like some gaming and watching movies and watching a few videos. And drinking my hot coffee out of my flask, so I don't make the mistake of knocking my cup over on the computer and nearly blowing the computer up and, knocking it on the floor and all over me. So I've been a bit more careful with that. Mind you, I did knock the bloody flask over yesterday. And although it's got a safe catch, he actually landed on the safety catch and poured out. I thought, shit. I had to grab it and mop that bloody shit up. Oh, I don't know. Bust move. Fosco Lines Russia. No, I don't think I've heard of that one. The thing with Russian movies, some of them ain't got no subtitles in, and when they have got subtitles, they're freaking so fast, you can't even read what they're saying. Can't see anything on YouTube about it. I put Fosco Lines. Let's put Russia. Would have I spelled it on? Okay. No, I'm not seeing anything on YouTube. There's one about Russian Defence Ministry briefing ahead of Vostok military exercises. But I'm more like, I like watching the old World War II kind of movies. So I watched a couple of Russian ones today and yesterday. Can't remember what I would call actually. If I was back on my other channel, the gaming channel, I'd be able to pull them up straight away, but because I'm on this channel, I can't. I was just sitting here thinking when I was watching it, just think of all those hundreds and thousands and millions of people who died during not just, Second World War and First World War, but, throughout all the wars we've had. Even the wars between, our country. When we had, like, Scotland fighting, England and, those kind of wars, especially America, the Southern versus the Northern, the Yanks and, the blue coats and grey coats. I think what they, I'm not going to go into it too much here, but I think they cause these wars just to lower the population down. And if there's nothing that they can actually think about and, start a war, then they bring this shit out. What I mean right now, what's going on right now. How many people have died over the last couple of years because of this particular thing. And I'm being careful in saying what I'm saying because I don't want people like, YouTube trying to like fucking take my channel down or my video down. But you know what I mean, it is killing, thousands of people. And if you think about it, it's cheaper than the fucking war, innit? But I reckon, like, I'm not saying there would probably be a third world war. I wouldn't like to see a world war. But if we don't have a third one, then I reckon it's going to be a fucking alien invasion. And that's going to, like, destroy hundreds of millions of people near a post-apocalyptic kind of thing. And, like, we're going to have to, like, kind of, like, defend ourselves and trying to defeat the aliens. And then we got to come out of a kind of, like, dark ages again. And, I suppose, like, we might be able to, if we still got ways of, like, using power, electricity and stuff like that, maybe you might be able to, like, learn from, the alien technology and, start up again and repopulate the not the country but the world. Yeah, I said that the other night. I actually watched the White Tiger one the other night. Actually, yeah, that is a Russian one. The White Tiger was the actual German tank, wasn't it? It's like they thought it was the goat. They thought the tiger, the White Tiger, was a ghost because it always seemed to disappear. That was a good movie actually, and like they was having a battle with it, and it suddenly kind of like disappeared in the swamp, and you can see the tracks going into the swamp suddenly disappear. I'm thinking, I watched the movie and I thought, where the fuck did that tank go then? Did they have like a fucking raft and like, sail it down the swamp and let it get off the other side or something. Because it kind of was really weird movie, that one. The White Tiger. If it's the one, what if I'm thinking about the one, but yeah, I think the Russians thought it was a fucking a ghost of a tank, with a ghost crew, because it was actually destroying so many Russian tanks. Eventually destroyed it. Eventually later, I think. I can't remember what the ending of the video was like. I do like watching movies, but I kind of get confused with one movie to the other movie, But yeah, there's a Battle of Stalingrad. That one I might watch, but again, it's Russian, and sometimes the subtitles do go quick, and sometimes there ain't no fucking subtitles, and you're sitting there thinking, well, what the hell is he saying? And you're just saying, well, fuck, what are you saying? Just watch the movie, Yeah, Waterloo. But that's all I've been really doing, to be honest with you. Watching war movies, YouTube videos, playing some gaming. I can't be asked coming on here and doing things when no one's really interested anymore. And I ain't got that. I just don't feel comfortable, and I don't have the energy, I suppose, and the confidence. Maybe enough passion for it at the moment. Hopefully, later in the year, I will try to get back doing it. Even if it means going to cemeteries and trying to do some stuff, or I probably might go over to Mitcham Common one day, the next few weeks, and take some stuff over with me then, and see if we can get any form of communication with any spirits over there. I think Leonard, the little boy who died over there, early 1900s, I don't think that he's around anymore. No, I did offer him to come here, and I do feel like he was around me for a while, but Abby said that he decided to move on because his mother passed away, at a very elderly age. He's gone to be with his parents, and I don't, I've not really spoken to the spirits, which I still believe there are some here, but it's not as many as there used to be. I still say goodnight to them. Every time I go to bed, I say, right, night spirits, I will take care, No noise, no wake me up, the rules. And that's it. That's all I say every night. I know it seems a bit stupid and a bit weird and crazy, but I do feel that there are still some around. And even when I do that and I start falling asleep, you can hear the little tap or a little knock, or the other night I felt like a breath in my ear. It's just like I'm lying there, and it felt like someone went right in my ear hole. And also last week, like I said last time I was on, I was sleeping, and it felt like if someone actually grabbed my blanket and kind of put the blanket over me, which was bloody weird. So I do think that there's still stuff going on here, but I don't really acknowledge it as much. When the blanket felt like it's been tucked over me, normally I would have said, right, thanks for that, but I didn't say thanks. I just wanted to get the fucking sleep, And like the cat, the other night, the cat was fucking going bonkers out in the hallway for some reason. You can hear her running, jumping about. And I was, because I still got the DVR cameras, you can still see the hallway ones. I couldn't see no bugs out there because it's too cold for the bugs anyway. It's too cold for flies. Being like, the dragonflies and, the house flies and any kind of fly really. I think it's too cold for them to be out at this time of the year. and all I can hear her was like running and jumping about, and she was doing that for about 2 minutes, and I was just about going to get up to go and see what the fuck she was doing and say, "Stop that fucking noise." She suddenly stopped. So what she was jumping about for, I don't know. Hello, Rose. That's one thing I always say, no in the bathroom. No one is allowed in the bathroom when I'm even having to wash a shit, shave, cut my hair, whatever. You're not allowed in my bathroom. And I feel that they do keep out the bathroom. It's more in here. I do feel like, I'll be honest with you, the last few months, I'm not using my cooker because my cooker ain't working properly. Although it's insured, I could ring up the insurance company and get them to come down and fix it. But I don't cook enough, for the cooker to work anyway. So I'm wasting money on my insurance. But I've got one of those like little camping stoves, and I use that to cook my dinner, especially my, specialty herbed pork or herb chicken and like mushrooms. I'm now doing onions, fried onions with it. And I've got those bags of like microwave rice things, so, I'll go to Lidl's and buy one of those like packets of either belly cuttings, the whatever, or the pork chop things, kind of thing. So it's either the belly cut or the pork chops, but without the bones. What they call pork loin chops or whatever. So, or chicken, but chicken's a bit more expensive, so I've been eating a lot more pork. So when I go out there, right, and I'm cooking, I put I open the window, so like, the heat and the smell can go out. So I'm always putting stacks of herbs, stacks of herbs, lemon, pepper, salt, I'm using about 7 different varieties of like herbs, and all that smell, really nice odor. But I don't want it like cluttering the kitchen up. And my kitchen door doesn't stay open; it's always like kind of closed behind me because it ain't got the spring. So like I'm cooking, and when I cook the meat, I always wash the meat. Always wash the meat. I don't know why. If there's anything wrong with the meat, when you open it, you're going to get it, kind of like wet and moist anyway. And I don't like that smell with that wet moisture. I won't say what it smells like, but it smells a bit like, fanny towels, I suppose. it doesn't smell nice. So that I always wash my pork, before I put it in the frying pan. And when I put it in the frying pan, I stick a load of herbs on top. Get the old lemon, squeeze the old lemon on top. So I've got those squeezy lemon things. I squeeze the lemon on top. The old flame starts shooting up from underneath the frying pan. I'm stepping back in case like the flame might fucking hit me in the face or something. Then I'll put all the herbs on, salt and pepper, and I'll let that cook away. Then I'm getting the old mushrooms and cutting mushrooms up, I've actually started buying cut mushrooms already, but some of the mushrooms are still a bit too big, so I cut some of them down. Now I'm also using like onions, and I'm cutting those down and tears down my eyes because, like, you know what onions are like when you're cutting the onions, makes your eyes irritate and start watering. So I'm cutting the onions and the mushrooms, and I put the mushrooms and onions in together after the meat's cooked. And as I'm cooking it, it feels like someone's actually like watching me. I really feel, honestly and truly feel like there's someone watching me cooking. And it's more when I'm cooking like pork. No, if I'm in the kitchen, I made a sandwich today, cheese, ham, tomato, and onions, and baby lettuce. I normally have like 4 bits of bread, but I wasn't that hungry today, so I just made one sandwich, and like it was that thick. Oh, So I made one sandwich today. But when I'm making my sandwich, I don't feel as someone is like standing there watching me. Not as much as when I'm actually cooking pork or chicken, which is weird. I think it's because making a sandwich only takes a few minutes, but when I'm out there for like 20 minutes cooking pork, onions, mushrooms, and sticking the old rice in the microwave, it takes about 15, 20 minutes, And I just do feel like someone's standing behind me watching me. Now, I know quite a few of you have always said that they sense a woman in there. Well, I've always sensed a woman in there from day one, practically, kind of thing. But I sometimes feel that there's more than one in there. I sometimes think that my Auntie Leia, my sister-in-law, she might be watching. But who that other woman is, it feels like an older lady, around about 60, 70 years old mark. But the thing is, I don't know who used to live here when I first moved in. Someone told me it used to be a police officer. So if that's true or not, I don't know. But where this elderly woman's come from, I don't know. But I've sensed that she'd have been there for quite a few years. I feel she's kind of like more comfortable being here. I have felt like, the odd kind of like negative energy in there sometimes, like, there are things I've have experienced but not said. So I don't know if you guys would fucking believe me anyway. It's just my, my word, being, an honest person telling you some of these things. But some of you probably say, oh, it's just your imagination. You're just fucking talking shit at your ass, kind of thing. But there has been some times when I've been in the kitchen, it felt like someone's like kind of like pushed me. And like, especially when I'm making coffee, it feels like a couple of times I've been out there, and this is like going back a couple of years now. I've made me coffee and I've gone to open my door and it feels like someone's like kind of like bumped into me or pushed me or jolted me, kind of thing. And my coffee's gone halfway up the cup, and it's spilling all over the fucking floor. And I'm fucking hell, was that me, But sometimes I do feel that there used to be something negative out there, but that's gone now. It's gone. I feel comfortable. I do feel that, whatever spirit, if there is a spirit out there, it is, comforting, elderly lady, lovable, enjoyable, loves watching me cook. And it only feels like she's watching me when I'm cooking, from like, 10, 15 minutes, kind of thing. And when I am cooking out there for 10, 15 minutes, it does feel like someone's standing, kind of like looking over your shoulder. And when you finish your cooking and I come in here, then that sensation of someone being there disappears. And when I take my plate back out, it feels like I'm being told, wash that plate up properly, and I always wash my plate up properly. I use fairy liquid. I use one of those like little scouring pads, and I wash my plate up. I'll give the old frying pan a good old wash out with one of those metal fucking scouring pad things. So I clean that out. I do need a new frying pan actually, because it's getting a bit old, and some of the fat leaks underneath, and I forget to wash underneath sometimes. And when you put it on the fire, you can hear that like something snap, crackle, pop, 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 pop. Hello, Jamie. Yeah, I'm growing a beard. There are mushrooms, but I would not even take a chance in taking any mushrooms from the woods. I have got a book on wildflowers and wild mushrooms, and I have actually found a couple of mushrooms that are in the book. But I have watched in the past videos where people say, look, because there are mushrooms in the woodlands, and the book says they are safe. There are, different varieties of mushrooms. Like that one might look exactly the same as that, but it could be slightly smaller or a bit more chunkier, or it might have a slightly different marking, and that mushroom could be poison, kill you instantly, or, give you food poisoning or whatever. And it might not be the mushroom that you think it is in the book. So when I used to go to my bushcraft and have barbecue, I'd buy mushrooms and, from Lidl's, and stick mushrooms, on the old wooden sticks. But the only thing was, every time I pierced the mushroom, the fucking mushroom would fall apart, So last time I started, when was it? I can't remember when I had my last 2 barbecues up there. I took mushrooms and I didn't bother cutting them. I just stuck them on the hole, or I just stuck them on the little barbecue pick thing, and then got the little stick and picked it up and nicked it one by one. But yeah, I'll be going back and doing some bushcrafting again sometime. Bit of magnet, later on this year. It will be a bit more busier and a bit more videos on, I'll be doing magnet fishing. I'm going to go over to the River Wandle, to a Pacific place I used to get a load of good stuff. Now that little Daninger, that gun I found, I'm going to go back over there. I've got permission to do Mitcham Common, but I will ring up the guy and still make sure I've got permission to go up there. Because when I was doing magnet fishing up there, I was pulling out so much metal stuff, man. So much metal. The guy who gave me permission, he was like, wow. And even people put in, complimentary reports to me, to the guy, Mr. Bolton. And he goes, oh, yeah, we had a phone call today saying that you're doing really good work, and people were pleased that you're, getting all the shit out of the water. So really, I was kind of like making the ponds a bit more environmental healthier, but the boating lake, where I pulled out so much shit from, they never really clear it out that much. And the silt, I've had reports, don't go in the middle, mate, because the silt is, knee high, and you get stuck in there. You ain't going to get out. They're going to have to fucking get a boat out. And I have got permission to use a boat if I want to use it, but it's probably keep dragging it over from, where the boat's kept, and then getting it out, then, just on the trolley kind of thing, dragging it over, putting it in, putting the old lifeguard belt on, lifeguard jacket, because it is deep in it. I think it's about 7 foot, 8 foot in the middle, I think. I was told that it can go over my head. And if you get stuck in there, you're screwed. So I remember when I did take the boat out one day, yeah. It might have even been on one, I think it's probably on one of my videos. I took the boat out and I'm fucking throwing the magnet out, and I'm catching stuff on the magnet, and the magnet's supposed to be coming to me, but it wasn't. I was going to the magnet, it was, whatever I was picking up, it was pulling the boat to the magnet instead of the magnet being pulled to the boat. It's quite funny, actually. So, I will go out there and do some more magnet fishing sometime in the near next couple of months, I suppose. And I'm thinking about getting another fishing license and trying to get another permit for up there and do some fishing up there. So I've not done fishing for 2 years. And with the game on Plains of Silence, you do, you've got the little fishing rod and you're sitting there, you're pulling that, pike, roach, perch, and, salmon. And this is just on the game. When I'm playing, I'm thinking, fucking I miss fishing. Got all my fishing gear sitting there doing nothing. No, I made my own fucking fishing floats out of bottle corks, you know. I even gave a load of like fishing floats away, and people loved them. I've got my little lathe, so I probably might make some more fishing floats later on as well when I feel like it. But yeah, I want to do some, you know, I'm not going to go every fucking day because I won't be able to afford it, you know. It depends on like, you know, what the conditions are and, you know, if there's any like kind of restrictions that we can and can't do. But I want to do some fishing again. So I'll have to ring up Ian Bolton and ask him if I can still do magnet fishing and if I can get an actual permit to do fishing this year. Because originally the permit used to be free, but now they charge, I think it's £25 for the year. And there ain't no season there. You know, you can go there every day for 365 days a year. It's none of this bullshit like, you know, you go to a lake and you got like, well, you know, you can only fish there on certain days of the year. Oh, what's that fucking word I'm trying to think of? It's not the restrictions. It's like there are certain times of the year you can't fish. But yeah, Mitcham Clapham Common, you can fish there all the time, you know, 24/7. What they don't like over there, though, is like you camp out there for more than 3 days, you know, on the same spot. You need to, like, if you're going to be there the whole week, you need to, like, be there 3 days, maximum 3 days, then, like, move your tent, like, 50 yards down so you're not in the same spot and you give other people the chance to be on that spot you was on previously, kind of thing, you know, and change over, like, the fishing section. Well done, Ian, in the boat. That's the first time. I was in the boat 3-4 times, actually, mate. Magnet mushrooms. I'd say I don't fucking like pick mushrooms over there. I don't want to take the chance for those. You know, hopefully by the end of the year, it'll be, you know, as long as fucking Santa Claus. Because I'm not going to show you. I'm just going to let it go. I've got to go and buy like a proper like beard comb, you know, and the old moustache I'm letting grow as well, kind of thing. I just kind of like give it a little trim up time to time so the hair's not kind of like overflapping the lip and getting in my bloody mouth when I'm eating. That's what I was thinking. Santa Claus, you know. I can't lose weight though. I've got to gain weight to be Santa Claus. But I could always do it for me Boxing Day, you know, at me, my niece's Laura's Boxing Day gathering. Oh, be careful and sit on my knee. Yeah, I was picking blackberries, man. Blackberries. God, I tell you, I think that day I bumped into Jamie, yeah, I must have had 200 blackberries. And I'll tell you, it gave me a little bit of a stomach ache. You know, blackberries got a load of protein in, you know, especially water and stuff like that. And people say, like, you should wash blackberries, but I don't. I like them as they are. As long as it's not like a bush near the road and you've got all that fucking toxic and pollution from narcotic source. If it's in the woodlands or in a park and you've got no like pollution there, then I just pick them off and eat them. And after I met Jamie on the way back, I wanted to bring some home. And I wasn't going to carry them in my hand, and I'd like 2 bottles of water, so I emptied one out, and I just filled the blackberries up in one of the bottles. And as I was walking along, I pulled the bottle out to get the other one, and they kind of like shrunk a little bit, so it gave me a bit more room to put more blackberries in. And when I got home, I kind of like wanted to wash them, but I didn't want to waste the actual juice itself. So I poured the juice into another bottle, and I gave the blackberries a wash, and I ate a few, Then the actual other blackberries, I kind of like crushed up to get more juice out of it, and I made my own blackberry juice, blackberry squash. Really nice, I tell you, man. So, sometimes, like when I was doing bushcrafting last year, there were bushes around, I could get blackberries, but they wasn't as nice. I don't know why. I always thought like different locations, different conditions, blackberries would probably taste different to each other anyway, but the ones over where my bushcraft is, there's like football fields and rugby fields, and I crossed over there because like there's only this fucking like quite big music do over there and sports thing, and I walked over past there, and I walked along this great big like fucking field which was so lumpy and bumpy, I nearly broke my fucking leg in one of the holes because my foot just went nearly twisted it. But I managed to like get out, and I carried on walking, and I found like all these bushes with blackberries on, but they wasn't like really edible ones. They were either too small or overripe, or some had like bird shit on them. So a lot of them had like spider webs on them, and I wasn't gonna eat the ones with spider webs in because like spider might lay fucking eggs on it, and can you just imagine you eat a berry with spider eggs in it, and it goes down your gullet, and a few days later you've got fucking like little baby spiders crawling out your mouth. So I kind of like keep an eye out on the berries I do, and if I see some and I try them and I think, oh, these are nice, then I'll pick them off that tree. Well, not that tree, but the surrounding bushes that way. If they're ones I don't like or they're not ripe enough, then I won't bother. Good luck for tomorrow, Rose. I've not fallen in magnet fishing, Carl. Honestly, I've not. I miss doing it with my mate, and I don't know why he hasn't contacted me for quite a while. It's been like 2 years. I know he met a woman, so he's probably been. He was married, but he got divorced, and he's got a son. So he was kind of like catching up with his son quite a bit. His son used to do magnet fishing with him, but suddenly like his son kind of like got bored of it, I suppose. Then he met this woman, and this woman started like doing magnet fishing with him, and also a bit of metal detecting. So she kind of like pulled him away, I suppose, from me, and I've not heard or seen him for about 2 years. But I will try to get hold of him, and just try to get just a one-day catch up or something, doing magnet fishing or metal detecting. If he means going over where he lives over near Kingston, I don't mind that. Alan used to be a great guy, we used to do magnet fishing, metal detecting. Then I got into doing a little bit of fishing over at Kingston. Taught me how to do fishing, how to like do the hooks and how to like bait up the hook with maggots. He caught more fish than I fucking did. Talking about beginner's luck. But yeah, I still got them on. My Twitter account got closed down, didn't it? Because it fucking got hacked. I think I got them on Twitch. I think it is. I think I've got him on WhatsApp as well. I'll have to give him a shout one day and ask what he's doing. And ask him if he wants to do a catch up, do something. Detecting, magnet fishing. I don't think he'd be interested in doing like normal fishing. Because fishing license starts in March. So if I'm going to get one, I'm going to have to apply for it online and pay for it online. I think it's about £35 now, I think, the fishing licence. So, if I get that, I've got to go out quite a lot of times to, make up for the cost of the fishing licence. Now, over here, no, it's catch and release. You can't really catch and, take the fish home and eat them because, like, a lot of the lakes and rivers are just, like, so polluted, man. Surprising that the fish is still fucking living in some lakes, especially the Boatman Lake, which they use as stock pond over at Clapham. One I go boating on sometimes. The one with so much silt in it. Oh, I said to the guy one day, I said, how come you do not clean the water out? Oh, we do it, but, we ain't done it for a couple of years because we've not been able to afford it. We ain't got the funding. Oh, fucking hell, man. Plus, they would have to, like, drain it and, like, electric. What they do is that when they clean the fish out, they electrify it. And it's only a small voltage that it stuns the fish. It don't kill the fish, but it stuns them. The fish will float up. And then they just go around and grab all the fish and put them in big buckets and they transfer it into another lake. Then they clean it all out. And then they put fresh water in. They might keep a little bit of salt in there. And then they probably top it up and then they go back over and try to catch as many fish to put back in once they've cleaned it out. I don't know how they do it. But I've actually been over there and I've helped to plant plants in the middle of the fishing lake because we actually made these little islands and that was good fun. Well, I'm trying to see what's going on. Oh, Fanny Park. I don't know where that is, Fanny Park. I had that brownie inhaler. I can't fucking stand that shit. Made me feel sick. So I just have my blue inhaler all the time now. That's the one I use. Still got a couple which I've not even opened yet. Every time I go to the chemist to get me medication, my antidepressant tablets, I use these. They gave me one of these things, yeah. And they said this is supposed to be better. But for me, I can't really use this thing. It seems like you're sucking, air in and not the actual spray. So I don't really use this, although it's still got an inhaler on it. The doctor said this is better than using that, but I just like. I'll tell you what, the other week I went out shopping and the lid came off here and there was some stuck in there and I didn't realise. I think it was like some old peanut or something, I started feeling a bit, wheezy, and I got the old pump out, and I always like do that, just to clear it. But as I've done that, I put it in my mouth and I sprayed it, and this fucking thing came shooting out and kind of got lodged in my throat, and I'm choking for about fucking 30 seconds. Managed to cough it out. Then, like, my mouth all went kind of like really dry and tasted really weird. But luckily, I always take a drink with me. Like, I take like squash with me. So, like, I drank some squash and that got rid of the horrible taste. But I thought next time I'm going to have to make sure that I'm not fucking like, got stuff stuck in there. I don't know how come the lid came off, but it did. Oh, we had to try one, did we? Never mind. Yeah, well, I keep saying, Carl, we'll have to meet up one day again, Jamie boy. When we got the longer hot day weather, meet up and spend a few hours with each other. do some videoing. You know a lot of good places. Good night, Rose. Catch you later, yeah? Good luck for tomorrow. Keep us informed. Let us know what happens. You never look like a back of a bus anyway. Maybe you might look a bit like a back of a taxi cab, but not a bus. You cunts do, that's it. No, you know I'm only playing with you. That's the thing, Jamie. You know, they fucking everything up down here. You know, before I met you, right, I think it might have been the same day actually, going along the River Wandle. There's 3 fucking like residential places being built. 3 of them. From here to Carshalton. Hey, taxi! Sorry, Rose. I'm only joshing with you. You know that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, you know, this is kind of, it's probably all fucking it's all covered in dust. What you do is that you shake it, and then you apparently like, I don't know, you're supposed to squeeze it first, then inhale it, or I don't think I got anything out of it. Bit of dust there. I'd rather just fucking use this guy. This is that way you know you're going to get more out of here than you are going to go out of there. Plus, just using that, I'd be preferred to do because that way you're going to have to keep washing this out. Fucking hell, it's 12:30 already. Jesus, man. How long have I been on for? It's only supposed to be a quick one. Mind you, it took an hour and a half to upload my subsistence game video. Went out, when was it? Oh, I've still got some Chinese rice in the microwave. Forgot about that. Might eat that before it goes a bit dry. Yeah, I went out to the Chinese. I thought, fuck it, tomorrow, you know, like last night. I thought, well, was it today? Tuesday now, isn't it, I think. Don't know, because my bloody thing went on Tuesday, yeah. Yeah, Sunday night I went out, ran the old Chinky, get some dinner. Had me special fried rice, prawn crackers, and spare ribs. As I always have when I have Chinese. On the way back, this cat came running across the road. Really nice, kind of like grey cat. Really beautiful cat it was. And, you know, he ran straight up to me. Ran, meow, 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 meow. So, sitting there, you know, kind of like leant down, stroked it. I said, right, you've had your stroke, I've got to go. And it started following me home. I said, no, you can't follow me home, you've got to stay here. And it must have knew what I was talking about, because at the top of the road, it's still following me. I said, look, you can't stay here, I've got a cat. I can't have another cat. The cat I've got is a pain in the ass as it is. I don't want a second pain in the ass cat. So you've got to stay here. And I carried on walking, and the cat just sat there, looking at me, meowed once or twice, and that was it. Really nice cat, though. Really nice. Probably a lot better than that fucking little shit that's just gone out. And yeah, she'd come up to me earlier, and I gave her a little pat, a little stroke for a couple of minutes. And I said, right, you've had your stroke, fuck off. Go lay down. Lay down. Or you go out and go to bed. I had to empty her dirt box out again today. That stunk as I heaven. Her crap, when she poos, it really stinks, man. It really stinks like heaven. So every time she does one, if I smell it, straight out there with a poop scoop, straight down the old bog, flush the toilet, bit of whatever, that stuff you put down the toilet. The old air freshener comes out. Her fucking shit stinks like heaven sometimes, man. And she keeps wasting the food. Mind you, she ain't wasted it too much this week. So I keep saying, you don't eat your food, you're not getting no food. Cutting your food down. You eat your food, then you won't get it cut down, will you? I'm actually going to cut it down anyway. I've not been and got a cat food yet. I bought like tins of cat food because I could not get a sachets. Somebody need the tin. Not the tin itself, but for cat food inside the tin. She won't eat. Go and lay down. I find it goes faster when I'm playing games or when I'm watching a video. If I ain't doing nothing, if I'm not watching a video and I'm not doing no gaming, I'm just sitting here, it seems like time is going so fucking slow. But you think about it, when you're doing things, time does go fast. And you don't really, which is really weird. I talk about time. Sometimes I'll wake up and I say, and I never used to be able to do this, but I wake up and I say, it's probably about 8 o'clock. Look at my phone, it's either just before 8 or just after 8 o'clock. And the other morning I woke up, I said, I got up. I went, it's about 9 o'clock now. Feels like 9 o'clock. And I always had my phone next to me. And I picked up my phone, pressed the button for it to light up, dead on 9 o'clock. I thought, whoa. And a couple of times I've woken up and I've been just slightly before or just after. But yesterday, Monday, I woke up and I said to myself, so it feels like about 8:30. And it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I screwed up on that one. But there's been quite a few mornings when I've woken up and I thought, it's got to be about 8 o'clock. And looked at and it's just before, just after. I think, fuck this, I'm going back to sleep. And I've been getting a lot more sleep. It has made me feel a bit more healthy as well. They always say that you're meant to get like 8 hours sleep anyway. But for me, who is it? I can't think of that fucking word. Pediatrical, or whatever it is. When you're supposed to do something and it makes you feel better, it helps you with your mental health. And when I moved in here and the girl upstairs said, do you want this cat? Like to ring up my housing association and said, no, can I have this cat? because I did ask about a cat, and they said, well, do you really need one? And I said, well, it helps with like your mental health, pediatrical, whatever it's called. She go, well, only get one if you need one. And it's like 2 weeks later, she mentioned about a cat, if anyone wanted one. And I was kind of like, I don't know. I said, well, I might be interested. So I had to ring up the house association. She goes, you don't need to do that. She goes, I've had my cat ages and I don't give a shit. So I did say to them, I thought, like, I can get a cat, Can I get a dog instead? I said, no, because, like, if I lived down, below me in one of the flats down on the pathway, I'd have had access to a garden and I could have got a dog. But they only introduced dogs to tenants, I think about just over a year, 2 years ago. So I still would have been sitting here, if I hadn't got a cat, and I wanted a dog, I wouldn't have got a dog until like 2 years ago when they introduced it, when they said, because they sent a letter saying if you want a dog, you can have a dog, but only the people who's got gardens. Anyone who does not have a garden can't have a dog because, the situation is that the dog will probably start chewing, the door frames and the walls and start, it's got no access going out to, go to the bathroom and all that kind of stuff. And the dog can make more mess than a cat can, which I suppose might be true. I don't know, but yeah. But as I say, I hope to get out and do some more stuff this year. I'm going to check on the internet sometime this week. I ain't no big rush for it. January, February, March. Anyway, I didn't do it until the beginning of March. Fishing license. Bring up Ian Bolton so I can get a permit for Clapham Common, and dig out my camping gear and go and camp out overnight at the old Clapham Common, do some fishing. The only thing is I don't know what the situation is, the fishing tackle shop, which is over near Tooting, between here and like Tooting, which is like Tooting Station. And I don't know the number, I can't even remember what the shop's called, so I'll have to go over there one day and find out what the situation for the fishing bait is. So I always have maggots. I don't do like, I've got like stuff I made, like pellets and boilies and stuff like that. I've got a load of fucking boilies in my freezer still, which I made about 4 years ago, and they're still sitting there fucking frozen solid, kind of thing. But I don't like, casting out and using the boilie because you can be waiting hours and hours for a fish to fucking bite. I prefer float fishing. Always love float fishing, but with float fishing, you need like maggots. No, you could always get your own maggots by, wait until the black bottle, blue bottle flies come out and stick a bit of rotten meat out in a bottle or something, so the flies can get in and lay their eggs. And, once the maggots start, hatching, then you use those ones. But they don't seem to be as good as like the ones you get from the shop. And I've got a video out on my fishing channel one. Well, I actually done a trial run of actually trying to colorize normal white maggots into multicolored maggots because I was using dye. But the thing is, the dye just came off straight away. As soon as it hit water, the dye would just come off the maggot. So you're still using a white maggot when you try to dye it like blue or pink or yellow, kind of thing. The way they do them, the proper way of getting coloured maggots is that the maggot farm will like get like fucking great big chunks of meat, and they'll actually inject the dye into the meat. Then they let the flies actually lay their eggs, and then the maggots when they hatch, they'll start chewing away at the meat. And as they chew away, the dye goes inside the maggot. And that's how you get the multicolour maggots. And when you go to your shop and you buy multicolour maggots, when you hook them, the dye doesn't come off because it's actually inside the actual body of the maggot itself, where it's chewed it off the meat in the maggot farm. Not a lot of people knew that, did they? I bet you didn't know that. But I do like float fishing. You know, when I first started fishing over there, they had a competition, and you know, there was a prize, and I got beaten by fucking this guy who came in rather late. Right, he came in rather late, and he caught a fish bigger than I did, and I caught like I think it was a 14-pound carp. The son of a bitch, you know, came in about an hour later, and he caught like a fucking 16.5, 17-pound fucking carp. So, you know, he won the prize. But, you know, there are big carp over there. There used to be big carp over at Mitcham Common, but the fucking poles kept going over there and kept catching them and eating them. And I don't think there's much fish over there nowadays. I've not even been over there for a long time, and I've not, you know, when I did go there last time, there weren't anyone fishing really. It's just kind of gone dead over there. But when, you know, March, when the fishing season comes back in, I might nip over there and see, you know, what's going on. Do a bit of fishing over there like I used to. But the pond is going down. It's getting shallower and shallower. But if I do any more fishing, it'll be more Clapham Common, getting all my camping gear sorted out. The old fucking trolley, you know, backpack. Got like a really large backpack, about that fucking big, so that can all get filled up. You know, put my tent in there, my blow up mattress, my pillow, sleeping bag, my fishing gear. My fishing tackle box will go in there. My fishing rod bag will go with my fucking shoulder. I don't know what I take over there, but I'll probably take this or a couple of these. I'll get a couple more of these ones because this only holds over just a cup full of coffee, but it does keep the coffee hot for up to 6 hours. Then it starts cooling down. So I want to get myself a bigger flask. Although they've got like a little cafe over there, but coffee over is like £1.20 for a fucking cup of coffee over there now. And I want to get my, I've got one of like little camping cookers, as I say. Take that with me with a couple of like gas cylinders and some food, and cook my food over there. Oh, Josh, I'm just back closing down now, mate. So you're late. You're late. But yeah, I'll probably do some camping over there. When we got the longer days, when it gets dark around about 9 o'clock time again, I'll be doing some more overnight bushcrafting. I'm doing some live streams over there on my bushcraft channel. So when does it get dark at 9 o'clock again now? That's June, July time, isn't it? Or is it later? Sometime between June and August, I think. Because it gets dark at 9 o'clock, then it gets light around about 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning. And as you've seen on my videos, previous videos over there, when I stayed over there, it's not too bad, There is a sensation that you feel like some fucking crazed motherfucking, axeman might come along and chop down your door and, break in and chop your head off. But No, it's the senses. You know, your senses is like, you know, a lot more different to the outside noises than, you know, here. You know, because that little snap on the branch, well, what the fuck was that? You know, it could have been a rabbit. It could be one of the many ponies over there. It could be a fox. It could be some fucking weird prowler looking in the little windows I've got there. You know, peekabooing. Might be a ghost. And you remember, I did do like a little daytime one over there, and I took a K2 meter over there, and the K2 meter wouldn't stop going off. So I went back there a couple of weeks later with a milk detector, and I still took the K2 with me, and the K2 meter wouldn't go off anymore at the same location. And the only thing I found with the milk detector in that area was a shotgun shell. And that was it. So what's making that K2 meter go off, I do not know. But when I was at the bushcraft, you know, I did do like the odd little stream for about half hour. It's kind of like difficult to do streaming over there because, like, you know, the Wi-Fi isn't that brilliant. A few people saying, oh, you like, you know, kind of like lagging out, or, you know, connection was like disconnecting and reconnecting through, like, you know, your mobile phone streaming. But I only done for it. You know, keep yourself awake for a little while, you know, let you know that I'm okay, especially my family, because I always wanted to make sure I was all right. You know, the only thing was I didn't really like going out, you know, to go for a pee, because I still felt kind of like scared going out there. I didn't have any really big, decent flashlights with me, which I still don't have. I do need to, you know, purchase one of those really super bright flashlights one day before I start going back there. But I like these little fucking, like, what are they called? I've actually got one behind me, actually. I had a couple of these here. Yeah. Now, these are bright, but, you know, the ones I had wasn't that bright. And when I wanted to go to the bathroom, I thought, well, you know, am I going to see what I'm doing? You know, it's not that bright, is it, you know? So I had a bucket, and I used to bring the bucket in. And if it's too cold and I was too afraid to go out, I just peed in the bucket and then fucking open the door and chuck the pee out. Or left it until the morning, then chuck the pee out. And like, because there ain't nowhere to go, you know, for the bathroom, you know, especially when you want to go for number two, I like to find a bush and fucking like squat behind during the daytime when I was there. Nighttime, I fucking held it in. I wouldn't even do it in the bucket. I had to hold it in until the morning, then go out and relieve myself. But it was kind of like fun, you know. I really did combat one of my fears. Actually, I've really combated one of my fears, and that was being out in the woods on my own at night. You know, I've got a few fears. One of them is still being out alone in the woods, you know, pitch black, and you ain't got really nothing with you to protect yourself. Although I had, like, you know, my axe, couple of axes, fucking like saws, you know, knives, hammers. You know, when I went to sleep, right beside me, I had my chopping axe. I had my bushcraft knife. I could just lean over and grab one of my, like, hand saws, you know. So I had protection there. But if I went out and got lost in some fucking woodlands and it was getting dark, and I had to make myself like a little A-frame shelter, I'd be fucking petrified, I'll tell you, man. But I'll tell you one thing, what I had got. bought myself a couple of these little tins, right? And anytime I'm going to go out to visit some kind of like woodlands or even, you know, some kind of common, I've got myself like a little fire kit stuff. And that's got like this is like a little blow thing to get your fire up and running. Little blow pipe. You blow that and it'll like help to get your fire up and running. I've got some cotton buds. I'll tell you the reason why the cotton buds are there in a minute. 3 cotton buds. I can't get this fucker out. A little saw. So if I find some wood and it's too hard to snap, I can use a little saw. Couple of bits of fat wood. A candle. Fat wood shavings. And a ferro rod. So if I get caught out in a dark in the wilderness and the old environment's going to start getting a bit cold and rainy, I'll build myself a little A-frame. That's the first thing you'd have to do, to make yourself a shelter. And then I have got like a little knife as well, but it's not here. It's in my bag. I'll always make sure I take a little bushcraft knife with me as well. So I'll make myself a little shelter, break up a lot of sticks. This wouldn't cut. I probably might be able to, if as long as it doesn't like give me too much blisters, I could cut through like, you know, wood, you know, as thick as my thumb. So, you know, branches, bramble, dry grass if there's any around, or dry bushes. And what you do is that you get this. Actually, this is good with what's it called? Petroleum jelly, which I use. This one hasn't got them in, but I've got like petroleum jelly, and I've got like a little tub of them, which should be in here, but the tin's too small. So what I would do, because when you get a spark on this, this lights up really quick and it goes out rather quick. So you stick this in the old petroleum jelly, half and half. So when that catches a spark with the little ferro rod, that bit will flame up, but then this other side will like kind of like take a bit more time to catch, and it's petroleum jelly is like fuel in one way, yeah. And the candles just for like candlelight in case I ain't got a torch. And funny enough, if you had a little cup, a little metal cup, apparently you could boil dirty water just with a teacup candle. I've seen videos that have actually done it. So I'd use that, use some of the shavings, and then a bit of this fat wood, because the fat wood is fuel as well. It's from pine tree. So I'll use that, and in case it starts going out, you use your little blowpipe thing to keep it, you know, burning. And I can't get any of this back in. Then I've got a little fire to keep myself warm during the night. So I always take something like that out with me if I'm going to go to some kind of woodlands. As long as it's not being seen and it's way in the back of your bag. I've got like a bushcraft knife, which is legal to carry actually. You know, as long as you've got a good enough excuse. You know, it's a survival knife, and it says on Amazon legal to carry. So I've got a legal to carry bushcraft knife. Woods plentiful in the woodlands. Oh, 30 wood. Got back putting it back in there. So you've got your survival overnight. The only thing you're gonna have to worry about is food and water. Now, if you're near a little stream, you can always get water from a stream. Boil that up if you've got something to boil it with. You can always use one of those little kind of pills things you drop in to make the water kind of fresh when it's not polluted. Food, as long as you've got food, always take a little bag of trail mix or something like that, sandwich or whatever. So I should be okay for the night. So I do know a little bit about getting out, and if you do get lost. I don't know really how to use a compass that often or even read a map, to be honest with you. But when I go out, I tend to kind of try and remember where I've been and try and remember the way back. If I was in America, think of the fucking forest over there, man, I would never find my way back. I'd have to carry 100 balls of string and have a fucking string trail to follow. That's the way I'd have to do it. But over here we ain't got that many woodlands anyway, so I wouldn't really get that lost. But it's always good to have something like this in case you kind of do suddenly get lost or you have an accident and you hurt yourself and you got to ring up the emergency services, and at least you've got something to keep you dry and warm while you're waiting for an ambulance or the police or the forestry commission or whatever to come and find you. Yeah, jacket, beans and cheese. I did try making potato jacket, but it kind of I could, I had a choice, barbecue or potato jacket, and I fucking wanted the barbecue. So the potatoes kind of didn't really get cooked, to be honest with you. I had cheese, and I just ate the cheese on its own. But when I go there, I'd either, I've got saucepans and I've got frying pans up there, which need to be replaced actually, because they're getting a bit dirty and rusty. You can pick up fucking cheap saucepans and frying pans. The only thing is, getting rid of the old ones, I have to ask my landowner if he can get rid of them for me. So I took a great big bag of rubbish over to his place one day. I said, where can I dump this? He goes, I'll just throw it down there for now, I'll burn it up later. So my landowner, he's pretty good. He gave me permission to do milk detecting, then he gave me permission of building bushcraft. And that camp took me, nearly a year to build. And I hate to go up there and find it, demolished or, broken into and all my stuff taken away, because I've got a sleeping bag up there, I've got a pillow up there. I've got, 2 bushcraft knives, I've got 3 axes, I've got 3 hammers, I've got 4 saws, I've got a spade up there, got loads of stuff like that, for making me fire. It's got 2 padlocks on there, but I will have to go up there because I want to get the memory card from the wildlife cam, change that over and see if there's anything on there. Bring that back and review it. I want to see how everyone is as well. I haven't been up there for about 4 months. About 3-4 months. Oh, Angela, you fucking late, girl. I'm just about going to go in a minute. But it's good, The only reason I started doing bushcrafting because of all the shit that went down on this channel. I just didn't want it. I needed to get out. I couldn't be on the computer all the time, and they run me down. So it kicked off when I was watching a video one day, and I was looking back. You know, I don't know why, but I put down camping, and then it came up with bushcrafting. And I watched a video about bushcrafting. I thought, God, that looks interesting. And I just kept watching nothing but bushcrafting. Bushcraft for weeks. Then I learned about what kind of stuff you need, like, you know, hammers, nails, axes, saws. And they showed you, you know, people building a shelter from day one until it's complete. It showed you the basic shelter, an A-frame, or like just like, you know, you can have if you've got like an oak tree or a cedar tree or even a pine tree where you've got like a low branch, you can always, like, you know, get dead wood and, you know, make that into a shelter. I thought, wow, you know. So when I went up to the land I got permission on one day, I went up to my landowner, Ron. I said, you know, I've been very grateful for letting me metal detect on here, but you know, the weather's getting a bit cold, you know, rainy. He goes, oh, I don't know. I said, I was wondering if I could ask you another favour. He said, what's that? I said, I've been watching a lot about bushcrafting. So there's any chance I can make my own shelter, because I don't want to be like, you know, running in and, like, you know, keeping shelter in one of your pony shacks, because he's got like these metal shacks where the ponies go in when it's pissing down the rain. So I don't want to be going in there and, like, you know, kicking your ponies out. And he goes, yeah, knock yourself out. And I thought, you know, this would be ideal to do videos. Let people see what I'm doing and how I'm building it. I fuck knows how many episodes I've done, how many videos, but there's got to be about 50 videos, I think. So it took me a year to do that. I'm still having problems with the fucking door still. I'm still getting water coming through the roof. Why that is, I don't know. But it's not as bad as it was a couple of months ago, because I did go up there and do a bit more on the roof. I found out why the water was coming through. Part of the tarp wasn't folded over, and it kind of like flapping around. And when it was raining, the rain was going through, and it's going through the tarp and down side the wall, and it's just leaking everywhere on my little bed bench. I had tarps on the bed bench, which I could just like pull off and get the water off, but then it's all on the floor then. So I had to keep scooping that out, and like the tarp inside, that was getting filled up, and, like, you know, great big like bulges of water. It took me like 15 minutes to empty that bloody thing out with a little kind of metal can. Well, it wasn't a metal can, it's half bottle. One of these which I cut in half. I was using it as a scooper. It took me 15 minutes to fucking like empty it out. So one day I went up there and I just done a little bit of sorting out, and when I found out what it could be, I pulled the tarp over, and I thought, like, you know, let's leave it a couple of weeks. You know, we're definitely going to get rain, which we did do. When I went back up there, it actually did help, because there wasn't as much water in there than there normally would. You know, even the tarp that kept getting filled and bulging, that wasn't even bulging anymore. So I kind of like tightened it up and done other stuff inside it. But it's been enjoyable. You know, I can't wait until the longer daytime, so I'm get back up there. And, you know, there will be times I'll be going up there, you know, just for the day and coming back home the same day. But when we get the longer daylight, you know, and it's not pissing down the rain, I'll be staying up overnight again. I do like a 24-hour stint kind of thing. Like, because it is, you know, I'll be honest with you, it is enjoyable. It's good to get out. It's good to do things, you know. don't be sitting indoors, moping and getting bored of, getting bored out of my arse, kind of thing. So this year I will be doing more fishing, more magnet fishing, hopefully some more milk detecting on the land I've got, and some more bushcrafting. So what I'll do some milk detecting, and then I'll do some bushcrafting at the same location and sleep overnight. Then the next morning, get up, have some breakfast, a cup of coffee, and then do some more milk detecting, and then come home. So it'll be like the day I'll go up there, do a bit of bushcrafting, do some sorting out, make sure things are sorted, repair some bits and pieces, then get out, do some milk detecting, come back, have something to eat, just laze around for a little bit, sleep overnight, get up, have breakfast, if I do any breakfast, do some more milk detecting, and come back home. I won't do like 2 nights there, like I have done a couple of times, because that bed bench isn't that comfortable, I'll tell you that for one thing. Even though I bought a blow-up mattress, you're still tossing and turning, you're still waking up. It does get cold in there at night time, and you can't really have the fire running too much because you've got no real ventilation. I'm not having the wind. Well, it's the windows. It's just holes in the fucking, and a couple of folded down wooden kind of things that you can roll up and down. And I had it enclosed during the night time. Before I even went to sleep, I made sure the fire was practically either on the way out or it's just cinders, nearly out, because I knew it wouldn't catch on fire if I was sleeping. So and if it was still half light and I wanted to go to sleep, I'd just put water on it, let the smoke get out, open the door, let the smoke go out, and then I'll jump on the old blow-up mattress, jump in the old sleeping bag, and get to sleep. But during the night time, it did get cold, and the coldness kind of woke up a little bit. That's stealth camping. I've watched a lot of stealth camping as well. See, that's another thing, stealth camping. There's not many places you go around here to do any stealth camping, because it's quite known for dog walkers and stuff like that. And there ain't no place you could go around the back of a shopping centre where it's got some woodland, because it's all been trashed and people go there. Over Sturm Common, I walked around and I found three tents, and those all looking shitty and old, and I looked in, I had to go past them because I was trying to find another way out. And the first one I came past, I kind of went up and around, and I didn't know if there was only one in there or not, kind of thing. And I didn't want to make too much noise. I didn't want to call out in case there was someone there and they might fucking come over and stab me or something. So I tried to be a bit stealthy. But as I went past them, I didn't see or hear anyone. So I thought I'd have a quick nose. And I thought, no, I don't like this, I'm getting out of here. So I came down past the 2 little tents, which was kind of collapsed and all falling in anyway, so that I knew there wasn't going to be no one there. And there's a bigger tent, and I kind of peeked in it, and there's a great big bulge there. I don't know what was under it. I didn't even fucking look. I just got out there quick in case there might have been someone sleeping there. So they were more stealthy. If there was someone there, then I would have tried to speak to them. But they got kind of a little bit growly, or just fucking ran through it, something, kind of thing. But over Mitcham Common, I have found over there some, you know, like tents that have been erected. I don't know the harness or what, you know, kind of thing, but 3 different parts of different parts of Mitcham Common, I found tents there, and you know, load of messing around them, but I kind of like try to creep past them. You know, there are probably parts I could probably do a stealth camp, but you know, I prefer to fucking just go to my bushcraft than do any other camping, unless I went camping with like someone, or I'm camping out when I'm fishing. At least with Clapham Common, you know, you're right near the main road and you've got that cafe there, and like you don't get, you know, pestered by anyone. Yeah, you know, if you ain't got a tent, you know, it's okay. You know, you're doing like an A-frame or something, yeah, because that blends into the, you know, the woodlands, don't it? Really, they're only going to notice if you like, you know, got a fire going, you're cooking something, or you know, during the night time you've got some form of light, like a flashlight, or you know, one of those like, oh, I can never fucking what they're called now. One of these kind of light things, you know. I've got 2 of those up there. So originally I bought a packet of 4 of these. I took 2 up with me. Gives you quite a bit more better light than the normal fucking little flashlight. But as I said, I will do some more bushcrafting later in the year when it's like longer daylight and gets light early in the morning. Stay out there overnight. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do 2 nights. I'm only going to do 1 night. Do some milk detecting up there as well. I'll get out and do some magnet fishing sometime this year. Do some fishing and camping over at Clapham Common. But it's going to cost me about 50, 60 quid to do fishing this year. Because I've got to get the fishing licence, they're going to be about 35 quid. Then the permit for Clapham Common, if I can get one, because they're limited, that's going to be about 25 quid. And I've got to find out what the rules are over there. I've got to find out if it's still like, if we can fish over there because of the restrictions or not, you know. Then I'll also do some of my little nature walks. I'll also try to meet up with Jamie Boy one day, so we can have a walk around and have a chat and do some videoing. And that'll be it. Yeah, so what do you think of this then, Angela? Do you like it? I'm sitting here sometimes fucking watching a video game. Feels kind of weird because I always like, you know, shave this off, as you know. But I do need to go and get, well, Poundland, you know, you can get little combs, but I don't think a proper, no one of those cheap pound combs won't be any fucking good. I think I'll have to get a proper like beard comb, I think. You know, I've got a razor, you know, electric razor will cut my hair with, but I don't want to be cutting my own hair this year. I don't want to cut it all off and have it shaved like I normally do. I want a little bit of growth there, like an inch. So, you know, because if I have it all cut off, bald, it's going to make me look a bit fucking weird, I think. A bit of a wacko. Look at Steve, he's got a fucking bald head, you know. And he's got a beard. Been like, you know, like my little elf fucking doll. I'll show you what I mean. I've got to touch that anyway. I don't want to be ending up like him. A bald head and a beard. I'll tell you what, when I got this, I had to buy it because it kind of reminded me of my dad. And my dad was bald. He had his head shaved. And he had a beard. I thought, God, that really fucking reminds me of my dad. And he sits right next to the little haircut thing I've got where my dad's ashes are in. But I don't want to be looking like that. I want a little bit of hair on my head, because I've got psoriasis, as you can see. That's psoriasis caused by fucking my medication. Like, it does flare up when I've got long hair. Mostly when I've got long hair, it flares up. But when I've got shorter hair, it doesn't flare up so much. So I want to go to the old barbers and pay the £10, I think it is this time. I've done my hair for the last 5 years, I think. Saved me a lot of money. So I'm just going to go there and get it cut down so it's like, about an inch. Because my hair goes rather quick. I could shave this off tomorrow, right? I could shave this off tomorrow. And give it like 2 months, it'll be back this long again. I'm kind of getting used to it a little bit. Sometimes it kind of like feels a bit itchy. But the old tash, I do have to shave like just above the lip sometimes because when this starts going down a little bit, kind of like when you're eating, hair gets underneath your fucking lip and you're biting your bloody hair. It's not nice that way. So I sometimes shave around this little bit a bit. I used to shave this bit here, so it's like cut off around about just about here, but that's growing quite long now. The only thing I'm having a little bit of problem with the old sideburns. They're not growing all that properly at the moment, but give it time. It'll grow a bit better. I'll be like a fucking lumberjack then, won't I? I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I chop all day and I chop all night and I never sit and play. You ever use oaks in a sock under the shower? No, don't use oaks. At one time I always thought about getting a Mohican. See what a Mohican would look like, but I was in the bar when I last done my hair. Right, when I last shaved my head myself, right, about 3 months ago, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, something like that. I'd done that side, and I had this kind of like on top. I thought, well, hang on a minute, how would I do a Mohican? Well, it's hard enough to see at the back. I had to get the mirror from the hallway to see, if there's any bits I've missed. It's fucking hard trying to, look in the mirror. At the back, you got the bathroom mirror, you got the mirror behind you, and it's, wait a minute. And you're feeling around, and you can feel like bits of hair that you're not shaved off. So you get the shaver, you're shaving it, you think, well, how the fuck am I going to do a Mohican? No, it's not going to be even, is it? The Mohican, if I do one, it could be slightly offside, kind of thing. I thought I could always go to the barbers and get it done, but no, I'm pardon me, might not like it. So I ain't going to get it. I'll probably just go, give my hair a quick rinse, shampoo it, and then, go to the old barbers and just say, number 1 or number 2. And then that way, it's going to cost me a tenner, but at least it saves me from doing it. Because when it's this long, when I go to bed, I don't know if you can see, but my hair starts sticking up at the back. Especially this side. It starts sticking up. And like, even if you wash it and wet it down, you know, it dries out, by the next morning, it's all sticking up at the back again, which I don't like. So, you know, that's why I had to like cut it quite regular. This is just like, you know, psoriasis. You know, it's not something contagious. It's only like the side effects from my tasopane antidepressant tablets. Sometimes it flares up, you know, around my eyebrows, which it is doing a little bit. You know, forehead's okay. Sometimes, you know, the heat flares it up as well, or the coldness. But this is like this, you know, round here. You know, this is more down to the medication. I've tried using like E45 and other stuff. You know, E45 does kind of like lower the flareness down a little bit, but not all the time. You see, it's all down the side here, which, you know, it's kind of like I do feel kind of embarrassed having it, but you know, there's nothing I can do about it. You know, if there's a time I can get off my medication, well, I had to increase my medication because of the shit that went down last year. And I just lowered myself down. I was on a 45 mil. I just got me down to 15 mil. I was going to go to the doctors and say, like, can I like reduce it any further? You know, like 15 mil every couple of days or something, until that shit started up. And thanks for that shit that guy done on me, I went back on 45. And I'm still on 45. I am trying to cut it down to 30, bit by bit. You know, sometimes I won't take a 45, I'll take a 30. Then the next night I'll take a 15. Then the following night I'll take a 30 again. But I'm not taking a full 45 at the moment. I am cutting down myself. And the doctor said if you can cut it down, but don't stop it, because it can cause problems. I hate it. You know, I've got it on my legs as well. Down on my legs. I do have a little bit of dryness on my elbows and down this bit here sometimes, but it doesn't flare up. No, down here, I don't even see that, but it can be very itchy there. You know, it's not something that I can't control. You know, sometimes it's more on one leg than it is on another leg. This one, hardly any on this one. You know, just little bits. This one used to be worse than that one. And this one, oh, there's a few patches down here, but that's about it. You know, when it starts itching, I try not to scratch it, but sometimes it gets itchy so fucking bad. Now you got to scratch it. That's what happens when you're on fucking medication that gives you side effects. Like, they gave me one medication where I had really bad migraines. They gave me some medication, right? They said, take this. And I said, well, what's the side of it? It goes, it'll be on your leaflet inside. And when I read it, it said side effects, chronic migraines, possible chronic migraines. I thought, well, what the fuck is this? I'm trying to get rid of my headaches, and the side effects will probably be chronic migraines, probably worse. So I didn't take them. And I rang the doctor, said, I'm not taking them. He goes, why? He goes, I told him. I said, right, because he said side effects, chronic headaches. I'm trying to get rid of headaches, not gain more headaches. So he goes, oh, okay. And that was it. I didn't take them. Yeah, my legs used to crack quite a bit. Yeah, I didn't get any crackness or bleeding up here unless I really scratched. But I tried to not scratch around here. No, it might be a bit itchy. I might do that. And there might be like a little bit of like not crazy flakiness, it's just like because it does flare up a little bit. The skin does dry up. So, I don't use a lot of soap around my face because that does kind of also make it flare up. I know there are probably kind of soaps that it won't cause it to flare up, but I use like a hand soap, the old squeeze bottle thing. And I use that, every time I go to the bathroom, I use that, wash my hands. And sometimes I might, just put on there, or so I might use E45. E45 used to work pretty good, but for some reason it doesn't do it anymore. There is other creams I use, but sometimes I think it's down to the conditions, the environmental conditions that makes it flare up. Because there has been times during the year where I've not used anything, and it suddenly kind of like fades away, and all around here where you can see the brownness used to just be like my forehead, it's just there, back to normal colour. But then it'll be like that for a couple of months, then it flare up again. So I just don't know how to cure it, really. I don't think there is any real cures for medical situation, illnesses and skin complaints and flare-ups and whatnot. Right, anyway, I'm going to go because it's gone 1:30. So, cheers coming on. Not sure when I'm on next. I'll try to do one a week, if not one a fortnight. But I won't be using StreamYard because I'm trying to save that money. Now, it's cost me £20 a month, and I'm not really doing any streams. So why spend £20 a month when I'm not streaming? So that money I'm going to try to put to the side, and hopefully get another computer later in the year, so I can do a bit more serious gaming. I don't know yet. Do some proper videoing, live streaming without it lagging. So I know a couple of you guys said it was lagging earlier. That's either because of the computer or fucking the internet, or could be YouTube. I don't know. But yeah, just keep me on your notifications, and I'll be around when I feel like doing a stream. So good night, everyone, and I'll catch you on the flip side when that'll be. I've got no idea, but good night, have a good week. Catch you later. Bye for now. I'm gone.